are the Advocacy Fellows, heroes voicing for and empowering young adults with learning disability. Hello once again, thanks for joining us and welcome to another Advocacy Fellows Podcast. This time on this podcast, we want to look at public transport here in Cornwall.
In 2019, there was a study compiled by Citizens Advice Cornwall about the provisions of services for people living in rural parts of the county.
The report surveyed over 20 parish councils and found although investment had been made, public transport in some rural areas is non-existent. The worst areas are in the north and the east of the county. A quarter of villages in Cornwall have no bus service at all.
Half of the parishes survived reported a decline in bus services, but with only 3 saying it had improved.
Only 7 parishes could record a time of less than 3 hours to the Royal Cornwall Hospital on public transport.
A decision in the public transport has seriously for the most vulnerable to society who are not able to access.
Do you use public transport?
No, I do not have public transport in my village. I do not in Brisland.
Trying public transport has seriously consequences for the literally most vulnerable in our society who are not able to access the alternative means of transport.
Yes, I use public transport because I don't drive, I like to use public transport as my main way of getting to places easily.
Yes. Falmouth and Paul.
Yes, I do, to get to London Cornwall.
Yes, I use the bus sometimes and the choo-choo train.
I use public transport occasionally, but since I drive, I don't use it that often.
I have no bus service in my village, or transport in my village, because I am cut off and isolated in my village.
Have you got a bus pass?
I don't have a bus pass because I don't use the bus that often, only occasionally.
Yes, I do have a bus pass and it's in my wallet.
I used to, not anymore.
Yes, I've got bus pass.
Yes, I do.
Would you like to use it more if services were available?
Yes, I would, as I sometimes I like to go to places, but I tend to be put off by by how long it can take on public transport.
Would you like to use more if services were available? Yes.
I would use services, but only if they were available. Where would you like to travel to?
Well, I haven't thought of any places yet, but I do know that if Bournemouth make it to the FA Cup final, I'll see if I can go to Wembley Stadium.
I would like to go to my nearest town to work.
True.
Disneyland.
I would like to go to lots of places in Cornwall for adventures.
I would use it to go places like further up, like London and Bristol and Cardiff, especially since I'm not keen on driving to those places.
Have you got a positive story about using public transport?
I like it a lot. I went to Perth on the train with my friends and we went to freezing winter wonderland.
I use both the coach and a train to get up to London, Tilbury, and coming home as well from my cruise that I went on back in February.
We went to Disneyland.
I caught a bus going to Falmouth.
I did travel training at college, which I loved. I went on a train with Cap. I enjoyed that.
Last month when I used the sleeper train, it was quite a really nice experience for me.
So have you got a negative story of using public transport?
I have. When I went back in November 2023, when I was coming back from Sheffield, my train was massively delayed. I didn't arrive at home until 10 in the evening.
I had a bad experience with public transport. It was more the weather, because coming back from Plymouth last year in December, after we stayed up there overnight, we couldn't get the train. Well, we got the train back, but it didn't get as far as Par because of the bad weather we had at the time. But luckily, we did manage to get home.
My bad experience is I haven't got any transport.
How could public transport be improved for you?
Is that there'll be more services, especially during the night time.
To provide more services so I can get to my job.
Cornwall has a unique geography that creates real problems and hardships for people in rural communities. It has been very interesting listening to our experiences and thoughts on the subject.
That's right, James, and thank you once again to Nick at Kerno Music Foundation's Radio for this continued time and support.
And a huge thank you to all the Advocacy Fellows for giving up their time and sharing their experiences. Thank you for listening. Until next time, goodbye!
This video was produced by Discover Voices, part of Disability Cornwall and Isles of Scilly. To check out all of our content, simply search Discover Voices on YouTube.